But he also knew that what's made for good can also be used for evil. And this is why I believe that we were given 1 Corinthians 7:5, defraud ye not the other, except to be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourself to fasting and prayer and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency. So let's kind of unload this verse because it is packed full of nuggets here. And I'm always big about definitions. So let's kind of unpack what these words mean because the words matter. So let's define defraud. Defraud means to take away something illegally from a person or a company, or to prevent someone from having something that is legally theirs. Well, that word makes it pretty clear that a wife's body is not solely hers. And I know that this kind of counters to the my body, my choice movement. Society is feeding us all down this Me Too movement, and consent is a huge topic, which for time's sake, I can't really get into today. You're not seeking consent to have sex, you're seeking consent to not have sex. But I can't help but think how this would play out in real life. Wife who I so love, I am really interested, let's go. And she's like, no. And he's like, but I don't give you consent to withhold. That just is not going to be playing out in reality. This is something that a woman needs to accept and integrate as her default philosophy within the context of her marriage, if she truly strives to be a biblical wife. And if that's not her goal, then that's fine. I'm just saying that's what it says. It should not be the husband's job to convince a wife that this is something that she should be integrating. That's her job. So the withholding of sex is a form of fraud. So if a Christian wife is not feeling it, she needs to ask consent to withhold for a short time. I think a short time is a bit of a subjective idea, but I think we can all agree that it doesn't mean weeks, months, years, or decades. And let's hit this word incontinency. And that's a word that is most often used to describe a person who has a loss of bladder control. We call those people incontinent. But within the context of this, it means that there's just a general sense of lack of control. I'm reading this as you do not have the ability to have control. And because of your lack of ability to have control, this is why Satan can tempt you to begin with. And this kind of gets backed up by Matthew 26:41, where it says the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So mentally we're locked in, right? But the flesh is weak.